For immunity, if we're going to pair fasting with immunity, these are my 3 major key principles. I understand water fasting is not for everybody, but if those of you that want to do it, go for it. Now would be a good time. Everybody can get a fat adapted. Everybody can do autophagy fasting. Dr. Mindy here, and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new to my channel, we are doing all things fasting here. We're bringing you science, we're bringing you application. I'm teaching you how to build a fasting lifestyle. So welcome. And on this video, I really wanted to go back into the concepts about how do you use fasting to boost your immune system? Because the science is telling us some really cool information about how fasting can help with our immune system. It can stop viral replication, and it can make us what I call immune strong. So if you're new, welcome, glad you're here. Subscribe, hit the notification button. I go live every Thursday to answer your questions. And as always, you guys are amazing, and those of you that share my videos out, I just greatly appreciate it. I am on a mission. This year, 2021, I want to get 1 million people here to this channel that are learning these principles, because as you'll see in this video, fasting, it's free, and it is one key thing we need to implement to stay immune strong. And in 2021, there has never been a more important time to be immune strong. So welcome. Okay, there are 3 steps I want to teach you when you look at fasting for building immunity. First step, the key, if you're listening to this and you've never fasted before, the key is I want to move you from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. So let me explain what that is. There are 2 ways to burn energy. One is from the foods you eat. The more you eat sugary foods, refined flours, things that spike your blood sugar, the more you ingrain this energy system and you move away from the second energy system, which is your fat burning energy system. In this system, you are relying on what they call the ketogenic energy system. Your body's making ketones, it's burning fat, and in this system, we have found, like many of us here, have found that our mental clarity is incredible. We have found our energy to be at the highest it's ever been, and we burn fat very efficiently. Now, you were designed to go in and out of these 2 states. But the problem that we have right now, and this is not just a problem here in America, this is a problem worldwide, is that we've been taught breakfast is the most important meal of the day. We've been taught to eat all day, and the majority of the human race has been operating from a sugar burner energy system, and we haven't been taught this fat burning system. That's what I want to teach you here. And for your immune system, this is really important. So let's just take viruses as an example. Viruses don't have their own metabolism, so they have to work off of your metabolism. If you're a sugar burner, that's the metabolism you have trained. When a virus comes into that system, in that cell that is a sugar burner, it will gain energy. It loves sugar burner cells, and so it can exit the cell and start to multiply very quickly. So if you want to give a virus energy, if you want a virus to replicate more in your body, you're going to want to stay in the sugar burner metabolism. Now, I don't think that's where you want to stay. So in the fat burner metabolism, in this energy system, when a virus comes in, it literally cannot live off of a fat burning cell. It has no energy to build from there, so it will not replicate. It will die in that cell. So you have 72 trillion of these cells. And we know with this specific virus that we're dealing with worldwide right now, that these cells are in our lungs, they're in our gut. So we want to be in this fat burning place as much as possible so that when that virus comes in, it shuts down its energy system and it cannot replicate. So the step 1 is become a fat burner. How do you know you're a fat burner? Usually by the presence of ketones. So ketones will tell you that you're now operating from a fat burning system, and I've done a lot of videos here on that. So that's step 1. Step 2, there's some incredible research that came out at the end of 2020 showing that autophagy primes your immune response specifically for this virus that we're all working to keep out of our society. So last October, there was a really cool study showing that when cells are very efficient at autophagy, that they are also efficient at getting rid of viruses. So you want to become fat adapted and you want to get your cells re-energized around autophagy. Okay, how do you do that? So that's 17 hours of fasting. That's keeping your daily protein under 20 grams. We encourage people to break their fast with fat so that they can elongate that fast. And then keep your carbohydrates under 50 net carbs. So let's use this in a very practical way. If you were exposed to somebody with the virus, if you decided, instead of worrying, I'm just going to become fat adapted and re-energize the autophagy process of my cells, what you could do is immediately go into day after day of 17-hour fasting, breaking that fast with fat and keeping your protein under 20 grams. You might do that for a week if you know you have been exposed. That would be a beautiful way to make sure that virus can't replicate in your body. So that's how I love using this as a tool. Third step is that we have a whole innate immune system that is built around our white blood cells. So white blood cells are your monocytes, your neutrophils, your basophils. There's a whole system of these white blood cells that get mobilized when an infection, and this isn't just viral, this can be bacterial. When an infection comes into your body, this is your army that will go out and fight that infection. And that army can be rebooted by a 3-day water fast. This is Walter Longo's study that he saw that doing 3-day water fasts with patients that had cancer, that at that 72-hour mark, you re-energized that whole system and it got a reboot. And so it was able to go and be more efficient at fighting infections, at fighting cancer cells. It was a more primed system. So, okay, well, we've been in this pandemic a long time. So is it possible that it's time for a 3-day water fast to just prime up your immune system? Is it possible that we need to throw some more autophagy fasting days in? I think right now we should all be about 80% of our day we should be in this fat burner place. How you know you're in a fat burner place is not only by ketones, but you know by your hunger goes down, your mental clarity goes up, your energy goes up. So those of you who've been in ketosis for a while, you know it. There's like a click that happens. But these are 3 principles that are backed by science. And they are things we can do right now in this moment in time. They don't cost money, they just take practice. And they just take us understanding that it's that effective. It's as effective as perhaps some of the other strategies that you're learning out there. So my mission this year is to get 1 million people practicing these principles. Does that mean we all have to jump onto a 3-day water fast? No. But we should all be working on getting fat adapted. And we should all be practicing the techniques of autophagy. If we each did that on a personal level, we could stop a lot of the replication of this virus. It's looking inward instead of looking outward. So for immunity, if we're going to pair fasting with immunity, these are my 3 major key principles. I understand water fasting is not for everybody, but if those of you that want to do it, go for it. Now would be a good time. Everybody can get a fat adapted. Everybody can do autophagy fasting. So there are 3 options backed by science. And as always, if you guys want to learn how to put this into application, I am launching a new reset. It's called Forever Immune. It will start in March, and I'm going to take you through different stages. I have 6 different stages showing you how to get into ketosis, how to use autophagy, how to improve immunity, how to do diet variation, and how to hormone build. So we've got several pieces that we are going to apply in a 19-day experience. So if you want to be a part of that, just put Forever Immune in the comments and we'll send you a link. But take this information to heart, because this is how we get out of this pandemic, is through personal action. We have to have a tool set. We've got to have a tool set, and fasting needs to be one of them. So as always, let me know if that helps. And if you love this, share it out into the world. We are stronger together. We are immune stronger together when we fast.